Cool. I got you balanced. So tell me what happened today.
So we were at the venue, and shots started ringing out, and we were thinking they were fireworks, and then I recognized the automatic, the repetition of automatic fire. People started running from the main stage out of the venue. My colleagues and I joined the crowd that were leaving the venue. We got to the MGM Grand, and I started directing people into that particular hotel, and then I went out to the street and helped direct traffic and helped gunshot victims and members of the festival to safety away from the venue. And from what I understand in the press conference that I just observed on TV, there was one shooter. He was in the 32nd floor of the Mandalay Bay, firing down upon the crowd across the street at the venue. And the police entered the room and killed him. And they're looking for his roommate, which is a 4'11" in height Asian woman named Mary, I believe. And there's over 100 people suspected injured at the moment, and over 20 people dead. My colleagues are all safe. I've been able to verify that, and I've been sheltering in place here at the Hooters Hotel, up in a room on the 16th floor. And from what I understand, my boss, who runs a booth at the venue, is sheltering in place in a closet at the Tropicana, which is where I was previously.
You said over 100 people injured.
That's what they suspect.
Any confirmed deaths?
Right now, there's 2 confirmed deaths, but the police think that there's more than 20 deaths.
And this shooting was essentially that concert that was going on, right?
Yes, the concert was across the street, across the Las Vegas Boulevard from the Mandalay Bay, at the south end of the Strip. And like I said, the shooter was on the 32nd floor, from what the investigation has turned up, and was firing out of a window down upon the crowd in the venue with an automatic weapon.
You're a Vegas resident, or are you?
I'm actually from Southern Oregon.
Southern Oregon.
I've been chasing these festivals around for the last month and a half, working for a friend of mine at a booth there.
Do you ever feel like these things are far more commonplace now than they used to be in the past?
Unfortunately, yes. I'm a prior military individual, and I was involved in First Strike in OEF and OIF in 2001 and 2003.
I'm retired Air Force, by the way.
Thank you for your service.
Thank you as well. Absolutely.
And I've noticed that these mass shootings have become far more commonplace than they should. I feel that there's a big push for gun control, and some of these may be false flag attacks. But witnessing what I did tonight and seeing all the gunshot victims, especially helping gunshot victims to safety, I can't say that this was a false flag. The gentleman that they killed, the shooter, is actually a local gentleman from Mesquite. They haven't released any details on his identity or his place of residence. I'm sure they will. This is a really sad and tragic event, and I'm really uncomfortable with what may come of this, especially in terms of gun control, because I think this country needs the right to bear arms. This is another strike against that. And it's unfortunate that people feel the necessity to open fire on innocent people. I'm of the personal belief it's because of the system by which we operate, the fact that people are not raised with what they need. We have a society of people who are not raised with what they need, and they lack what they need. This is going to become more commonplace, and it's a tragedy.
How does it make you feel, though, as being somebody here when you follow around? I mean, it's a music concert. People go there to have fun. They come to Vegas to have fun, and shit like this.
I love these concerts. I fell in love with music festivals last year, but I'm never going to a mass concert again. And that's because you don't know. You have no idea what's going to happen. You have no idea if you're going to be in the crowd when the gunshots go off. You have no idea if you're going to be the victim or if you're going to be a family member of the victim. And it's just unfortunate that this happened, but I have no interest in being a part of large crowds anymore. And that's not a phobia or a fear now of mine. It's just kind of common sense for me, knowing that this is becoming more commonplace. And I never expected that to happen. but it did.
I mean, you go to these concerts, they have these shows, they have security that's there, so you figure, people are coming in, they're getting checked, no one's going to bring in an assault rifle, AK-47, or any sort of semi-automatic weapon to it, and yet...
Here's what bothers me. There was a report that I witnessed on the television earlier where a woman was escorted from the venue 45 minutes prior to the shooting because she was telling people they were all going to die. So my question is, why didn't the venue react? 45 minutes is long enough to get people out of that venue. And that didn't happen. To me, that threat wasn't taken serious enough. And that woman was escorted, and that woman most likely was the woman they're looking for, the person of interest.
So you think she may have very well gone and given a warning, or tried to give him a warning that this guy's losing his mind up in the room?
I don't think it was a warning. I think maybe she was involved. She was giving a woman a hard time. This is what the news report said, and the witness to the woman harassing somebody else. I don't think it was a warning in the sense of trying to get people to safety. I think this woman was just as deranged as a shooter. And that's just my opinion, given the facts that I've observed. But it concerns me that incident wasn't taken more seriously, and 45 minutes is more than enough time to evacuate this concert. This could have been avoided.
Really quick question, just to top that off. You saw some victims that had been shot today.
I had to help some gunshot victims to safety, correct. I was actually directing traffic right here across from the MGM.
Does that take you back to being in the service?
I served on a Navy ship, so we fight from a distance. But I was one of the helmsmen that helped park the Carl Vinson on station for the first strike against Afghanistan. And knowing that those bombs killed not only terrorists, but innocent women and children, I don't feel any of this violence is necessary. It brings back some memories. I have some lost comrades from those wars. I have a friend tonight who lost her friend from this incident, and my heart breaks. And I have children that I haven't seen in a couple years, and that's all I want to do is talk to them.
Spell your name for me one last time.
Longo. L-O-N-G-O.
L-O-N-G-O?
Longo.
Longo. Longo, thank you so much, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, thank you.